everyone, welcome back to a Sibling Thing. I'm Afreen.
Hey, I'm Zeeshan. Today we're talking about TV shows, like web streaming services, maybe movies, basically like things that we kind of grew up with, and some of the TV shows that were popular, and some phenomenons around that. And today we have a guest with us, a friend of mine, Sandeep Singh, is going to be joining the conversation. So, yeah, we shall begin now.
Hello guys, I'm the guest on a sibling thing and I'm the youngest sibling, the adopted one. What is my name? Rizwan. Rizwan Azad, I guess. No, I'm Sandeep. Hey everyone. So I met Zishan like in a previous office and I'm meeting Afreen today.
Yeah.
And we're gonna
That's
talk
right.
about shows.
Yeah, shows, TV shows and such. So I'm curious to know what kind of TV show, what are some of the TV shows you watched while you were like a child? Were you into Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, any of those?
Oh yeah, Pokemon I used to love, dude. Like that was every evening I used to like watch Pokemon 5 p.m. What about you guys?
I missed out on the Pokemon cult,
Huh?
and then I kept
same here.
feeling left out in like Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z conversations. And then when I grew up older, I was like, screw you guys, देखना ही नहीं है. Yeah, it was
What?
FOMO for me for as a child, like because even when I used to visit my
Hmm.
cousins, they were really into Pokemon, and I
I
didn't
I never
understand a
watched
lot.
Dragon Ball Z, so but nobody really like. मतलब Pokemon is bigger than Dragon Ball Z, that is for sure, right?
Um, yeah, I think internationally, at least Pokemon is bigger. Like, I when I was in third grade, Dragon Ball Z was like kind of big in my class. And I used to feel super left out because like I was intimidated and by my class people because they spoke in English and I was like still new to that language. And then there was Dragon Ball Z, another layer to distance me, alienate me from the rest of the herd.
Oh.
But it's all right.
Yep.
I was a discovery science kid, like in school, like starting
Oh,
around like
same.
fifth or sixth grade. Discovery Science and Animal Planet. I used to like watch a lot of those.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was an excuse to watch TV because dad would be like, "Hey, what are you watching?" And then I could be like, "Oh, this is just information. I'm watching dinosaurs, so it was fine." But what about like cartoons? Did you watch Dexter, Powerpuff Girls, something like that? Afreen?
Yeah, we watched Dexter's Lab. I used to find Didi very annoying. I mean, who didn't? Um, and more than that, I think our favorites were SWAT Cats. I remember watching that a lot, like crazy amount.
Oh yeah, Sword Cats.
We really loved that one. Yeah. I think the all-time favorite has to be Tom and Jerry, right? Hands down. Come
Yeah.
on,
Huh.
everyone.
That's like a classic.
Yeah.
I guess everyone watched it, like even kids now. I don't know if they watch it now.
No,
Kids
I don't
now,
think
but
kids these days are watching
I
Tom and
think
Jerry.
Doraemon and
Tom-
Shinchan are big. I haven't ever
No,
watched either of those,
Shinchan
but
I
I've
think
heard.
is gone. Yeah, I think
it's
Shinchan is now
gone.
older. I think it's Peppa Pig or something now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
The-
Peppa Pig is for like young children. Like Peppa Pig is like a very, very
Oh,
like
it's Oh, you're right. You're right.
childish
You're right.
cartoon. But Doraemon and
Right.
Hmm.
Shinchan maybe has
And
a cult following, like Dragon Ball Z once did.
Dora
Hmm.
the Explorer, maybe. I don't know what kids watch.
Kids these days like watch YouTube only. I mean, more than TV, they watch YouTube also. So
Thank
I don't
God.
know.
Click subscribe. It's like where is bottom right? Click subscribe.
If any kid
Bell
is watching our
icon.
show. Hmm.
Alright, so Sandeep and I were talking a little bit before this podcast recording about some of the shows that we watched, like some of the first like Western TV shows that we watched, and then Friends was a commonality between us. And it also turned out that both of us discovered Friends in similar ways.
Yep.
I discovered Friends because Afreen went to college and she got a laptop because she was going to college. And, you know, along with all the educational things the laptop is used for, it can also be used for storing friends on the hard drive illegally. And so she did that, and she brought her laptop back with her to Kuwait, and then I got introduced to Friends, and I was like a fanatic about Friends. I remember during 10th boards, every time like mom and dad used to like go out, I would binge watch Friends on the computer.
Are you serious? I didn't know
Yeah.
this. During your
I don't-
10th boards?
Yeah, I'd already finished it beginning to end, but then I used to watch it a second time.
Wow, you used to rewatch Friends like before your board exams?
Oh my
Yeah.
god. You do realize mom's gonna watch this and almost want to kill me. You probably
How much did you
lost a-
score? How much did you
Uh,
score in 10th boards?
85.6%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was alright.
No.
not bad.
That's quite nice, dude. Like you can't really punish him for that.
Alright, fine.
And Sandeep, you have an older brother that introduced you to Friends.
Yep. Yeah, he went to an engineering college and he came back with like a massive hard drive which shows like Friends. So I watched it after the 12th boards, not like you, Zeeshan. I was a responsible kid. Yep. So I watched that, and there was also Two and a Half Men, which I found funny in bits and pieces back then, but now in hindsight is just problematic. So yeah,
I don't know
Friends
anything
and
about Two and a Half Men. Why do you find it problematic?
Why do you find it problematic?
I mean, it was kind of misogynistic. Like have you not seen like?
No, neither
any
of
it?
I haven't seen Two and a Half Men either. So yeah.
Yep. Don't now. Yeah. So Friends and Two and a Half Men were the first shows I. Also, How I Met Your Mother. What about
Yeah,
you guys? Did you?
How I Met Your
Yeah.
Mother, I brought back that one as well. Yeah.
Hmm.
I watched it until season 5, and then it felt like too like staged drama, and I was like, I've already seen Friends. This is too much like that. I'm like, I'm done with this kind of genre.
Hey, don't
Yep,
compare
yep.
How I Met Your Mother and Friends. No.
Have you finished the whole series, Afreen?
Of course.
Oh.
Of course. Friends, I have seen multiple times. So it's so bad that if you watch Friends with me, you can mute it and I will tell you the dialogues. Like, I will just go along the entire episode just saying the dialogues. It is that bad, yes. I take part in Friends trivia contests. We won one a few months ago. Pre-COVID, of course.
Oh.
But yeah, huge Friends fanatic.
What
Yeah,
about you,
I've-
Zeeshan?
I've seen this show beginning to end probably 6 times, but I don't like it anymore. Now when I watch it, I'm like, yeah. It's like they stereotype like relationships and like friendships, and there are too many morals for one show.
So this is interesting, and this is what one of the things I wanted to talk about today. I was thinking about it. So was Friends popular because there was nothing else as good, or like if we were to watch Friends today, if Friends came on TV today, do you think it would still be as popular?
I would wonder first of all why there are laugh tracks in the background.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah,
Alright.
that is annoying.
all right, given.
But
But, like,
considering
what do you-
the time when it came in the 90s, I guess it was like, I don't know. Yeah, for 90s it was really good, I guess. And the jokes,
Yeah.
some of the jokes are still fine. The characters are still likable, and like Chandler is like so sarcastic and Joe is so dumb. The characters are nice, but yeah, some of the things were regressive and the laughter tracks just made it dumb. So that is the problem. But overall, I guess it's still a nice show. What about you guys?
I have like favorite actors in that show. Like I still have like admirations for some of the work that was done in that show. But like as a whole, it's like I wouldn't watch that except to like study the phenomenon of Friends. I wouldn't watch it anymore for any other reason.
Hmm.
I still
Sorry,
love
Afri.
Friends. Like I still love Friends. And that's what I can't be objective, like, because I love it so much and I'm such a huge fan. I can't really be objective about this show, right? I do have my favorite characters. I have characters I don't like. I have moments that I hate. Like, I want to smack some people, but but I love like the show as a whole. I love it so much that I can't be objective. So I wonder, I was like, for example, The Office, like The Office, the US version. There are still people today who start watching The Office and fall in love with it. right? The Office is still picking up today. John Krasinski on Some Good News talked about this. He's like, The Office ended so long ago, but people are still finding the show on Netflix and loving it. So
Yep.
it's surprising to them because when The Office began, none of them really expected it to take off so much, right? So I
Yep.
keep
Yep.
wondering about that about Friends. That if are people still discovering it today? Are people still loving it today or not?
No, but it has become like quite mainstream, dude. Like in India, it's almost like a household show, Friends. It has like gained a lot of popularity. Office is still kind of niche. I mean, it's just now people after seeing all the memes are coming to it. But
Have
Friends
you watched The
is
Office?
yes, yes, I've watched The Office, dude. Love it. I stopped after like Michael left the show, but
A lot of people, yeah, a lot of people. It did take a dive after that.
yep, yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, all the characters were so funny. Dwight is insanely funny. Have you guys tried the Hindi version of Office, the one on Hotstar?
I did, yeah. I watched season 1 of it. Season 2 I wanted to watch, but I wasn't able to make time for it. Why?
No, I
Do you have
didn't.
opinions about that one?
No, I mean, I started like I was kind of hating it that oh why do they have to do it, but I ended up watching that also. I watched like 3 seasons of it. I was like wow. So yeah,
And
maybe
do you like
mocking.
it?
Yeah, it was nice. I mean, some of the jokes they just translated it to Hindi, so that
Yeah, exactly. So
so
I remember watching the first episode. I watched the first 15 minutes and I was like, they can literally use the subtitle track
hmm
from The Office US and just plug it in
hmm
here. Because it felt like a scene by scene remake. So I was like, then what is new? So I
yep
didn't really pursue it anymore. I watched the first 10 or 15 minutes and then stopped. And
yep
it's another one of those things, right? The Office, I feel, is so perfect. Now, if you try to remake it without changing anything,
hmm
you're not going to be able to capture the essence, and I don't know if I want to bother.
hmm. The most
Yeah.
cringy thing was The Office has that thing. No, that's what she said.
Yeah.
So they changed it to baby bhi wahi boli, and it's just I don't know. It's just yeah, it's very cringy. So that was
Oh,
weird.
baby.
I think you might be
Hmm.
onto something, Afreen. Maybe they tried to capture the essence of something that was different in a place that they couldn't do that. So, like, cause I know like a couple of the actors from that show. I've seen them in like other works, and I know that they're like talented. Like, I feel that they're quite talented, but something about the cohesiveness of the art and craft of that show perhaps didn't come together or something. I haven't watched season 2 though, so maybe it gets better.
Hmm. Have any of you guys watched Parks and Recreation on Amazon?
Oh,
No,
I
yeah.
have. Yeah, I love
Even
that
that,
show quite a lot.
yeah, that is a very progressive and wholesome show. It's also like a mockumentary,
I'm going to take a
and
note.
Parks and Rec, much like The Office, I think is a good example of like unconventional humor. I think
hmm,
Friends is like very mainstream humor, like jokes that
yep,
everyone pretty much of that time could like relate to in some way or another. Parks and Rec is like, um, they're a little bit quirky characters, so
hmm, yep.
Although yours and my taste in movies and TV shows doesn't align very much anymore. Like we
yeah,
started
okay.
somewhere similar with like okay Friends and How I Met Your Mother, but soon it like digressed.
Um, I think that there are intersection points of our interest still. Like maybe Modern Family is one of those. Like, cause
Yeah,
it's a family friendly show, but it's also written well. I feel like Modern Family is one of those shows that the writing got better with time. Do you watch Modern Family at all, Sandeep?
No, I didn't.
It's cool. It's like it's a contemporary family, and they have like contemporary American family issues. Like their
Hmm,
kids are dating and they're spying on them in the restaurant, things like that. Like again, like
nice.
manufactured drama and comedy, but it's cute. I like it.
I also
Hmm.
really
You
like
watch
Modern
it on
Family.
TV or like on laptop only?
It's on Hotstar Premium.
Hmm.
That's my issue.
Okay.
So I really liked Modern Family, but when I came to the US to study, I stopped watching it, and I can't watch things if they're not continuous. So I have to watch all the seasons. I can't just pick it up from the middle, and so because I had missed stuff in the middle and I couldn't find any place where I can watch them again, I just had to drop it. So there are 11 seasons of Modern Family, and I've seen, I think, 2. And I would love to watch it, but it's not available on any streaming platform here in the US right now, like all seasons.
Hmm.
So I'm waiting for a
Also,
deal
when
so I
there
can
are
buy
like
the
so
whole
many
thing.
seasons of a show, you feel like a little hesitant about starting it because like it's so much to watch.
True, yeah, true.
That's a good
Hmm.
point. I think I might go back to it still because I really enjoyed it. But you're
And you watched
absolutely
like
right.
two
Like,
seasons.
yeah, so I'm already
Hmm.
invested. But if
Hmm.
today someone
Yep.
says, okay, here's this show with 11 seasons, I might not pick it up because, yeah, 11 seasons is like a big commitment.
Hmm.
That's true. That's an
Did you
interesting aspect.
guys also watch Game of Thrones?
Yes. So this is interesting. This is how Zeeshan paid me back. I brought him Friends and How I Met Your Mother. And Zeeshan one day, he's like, here, today watch this. And started with the first episode of Game of Thrones, which is very jarring, right? If anyone remembers the very first episode of Game of Thrones, a lot of
Yeah.
stuff goes down that you're just like, what is happening? What are you
Also-
making me watch?
Also, end of season 1 is like a punch in the gut.
Hmm.
Oh, I still can't get over it. Oh,
Did
Yeah.
everyone hate season 8, or
yes.
did either of you
Re-
like season 8?
Hmm.
I
No.
liked season 8.
Are you kidding?
Here's
I
my
could
reasoning.
just-
Here's my reasoning. All right. Here's my reasoning. I read the first of the Game of Thrones books, Song of Fire and Ice. That series' first book I've read. So I know that in the book, in detail, they explore like everyone's life, and it's like very like finely written stories. In one season of a show, like when it has that many big events happening, they're not going to be able to get into all of it. So it was just that season was basically like a highlight reel. You know, this character, that's where they ended up. That's what ended up happening to them.
But I think that is my issue with the whole thing. So this is going to be an unpopular opinion, but I always hated Dany. I knew that she has the crazy factor. She's gonna lose it. She's not like. Firstly, she was in the initial season. She was this whiny teenage girl. Like, I want the Iron Throne. I deserve the Iron Throne. I'm gonna get the Iron Throne. Blah, blah, blah. And then, like, okay, she grows up into it. But you could see, you can see it happening. You could see that, okay, this is not going to go well. Like, she has anger management issues. Like, you knew it was happening. But they did it like this. There was no arc. It's like going about. Like,
Yeah.
that was my issue. If they had done the exact finale episode, but taken 2 seasons with it, and that's where all the characters ended up, it would have made total sense. Total
Yep.
sense. And I
It
was
seemed
just
like a hurried affair, that's all.
exactly.
Yeah, but like if they hadn't hurried with it and went into the details, they might have lost viewership, because Game of Thrones was also one of those shows that they were able to do it on such a large scale because it had such a mass appeal.
I don't know. I feel like most people I know hated like the last season with a vengeance. Do you really like? It was such a popular show. Do you really want that to be your legacy? Now we talk about how bad the finale was. That's how you discuss Game of Thrones, right? I don't understand what happened there, and this is something I have discussed endlessly. They could have taken one more season. Like, what happened? What happened, D&D? What happened? They should have just taken one more season and done, like, wrapped it up nicely instead of it's a finale that everyone hates. And this is funny. Before season 8 started, we had a friend we had been telling that he should watch Game of Thrones. He should watch Game of Thrones. He hadn't, and season 8, the final season, was gonna come. He came home to visit one day, and we literally like, all right, now sit here, watch the first episode, and played the very first episode of Game of Thrones. And he watched the entire 7 seasons before the 8th season started. And after the finale, I sent him an apology message saying, I'm really sorry. Like, I put you through this so much for like, okay, jump off a cliff now.
I was saying, but let's now talk about the show that's more famous than Game of Thrones. Ramayana. Did you guys watch Ramayana on TV?
No, wait. You're talking about the classic, right? The old one on cable TV?
That's running on TV right now.
And there was this news that the finale of Ramayana crossed the viewership of Game of Thrones finale.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. That is just insane. Maybe because India has like more population than anyone else, but yeah, it's just
Wow.
That's like a staggering fact. I'm like still absorbing the impact of that.
Yeah. You're talking about something that has worldwide viewership to something that's being watched like only by
yep,
Indians.
yep. But it was coming on Doordarshan, and then it's like every Indian has it, even in the rural areas. So maybe that's why.
So let's talk about like Sandeep was saying. Let's talk about some of the shows that are popular right now or we're watching these days. I mean, other than Game of Thrones, which of course last year was a big blow to all of us.
Some of my favorites these days are like Black Mirror, Rick and Morty. Stranger Things was a big one for me. I watched
Oh,
Stranger
Stranger
Things.
Things.
Look, I wore a Stranger Things T-shirt, but sadly, you guys can you see the world is
We
turning
can see
upside
it
down.
now. Nice.
It's dedication
Uh,
for Stranger Things, yeah.
Dude, I stopped after season 1. I don't know.
Oh,
You
I've watched
watched,
Stranger Things all 4 seasons
sorry, Afreen
thrice.
again.
It's 3 seasons, Z.
Oh, okay. No, wait,
You
is
s-
it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You've
I've
seen
seen
them
it beginning to
thrice?
end thrice. Yeah, because I wanted to study
Wow.
it. I wanted to like. I thought the writing was fascinating. Like it's so deep. Like honestly, like there's the initial layer of it, which is like a group of children get stuck in a really bad position with some like otherworldly powers. So that's like layer one. But then there's like subtle things going on. Like for example, Will's mother having like a sense of where Will might be, things like that, and just the emotions around that. Like the depth in that show was to me incredible. So I've watched it thrice and I've enjoyed it thrice.
Oh, I
Season
completely
1, you're
agree. Yes,
saying?
season
No,
one
all
I
seasons.
loved.
Season 1 I
Uh,
love. I finished in like 2 days. I was so crazy about that. But I know some, like, pata nahi, I didn't watch season 2 only because I didn't want to get invested, I guess. I was like, हाँ
So
ठीक है, हो
season
गया.
two, according to me, was very okay. It might not even be okay. Like the whole side adventure of Elle and meeting Kali, I like I had a little trouble. Like, where is this going? What are you doing? Like, what's going on? So yeah, season three, of course, when it comes back, I'm like, okay, cool. It season three has some really freaky stuff, right? Not that season one was any less lacking, but season three has really
Hmm.
and so yeah, really enjoyed Stranger Things.
Zishan, you want to complete your other shows that you like?
Rick and Morty is a big one. I feel like that's a niche interest, and I really like shows like that. That like dive in the deep end right away. They don't care if like everyone's following along or not, because I can like pause and go back and rewind and watch again, which I do with Rick and Morty. I don't have the attention span for Rick and Morty because like the space of the dialogues and the kind of things that they're talking about, because it's sci-fi, right? And like they're introducing multiple sci-fi premises in like a span of 2 minutes. They've been through like different premises, not just like one idea. It's
Yep.
crazy. So
Such a smart show, man. Such a smart show.
yeah.
What amazing writing. And it's really funny. Have you watched it, Afreen?
No, I haven't. Where do you watch it? Where is it available?
Netflix.
I feel like I haven't seen it here. Okay, I'll give it a try.
Hmm.
Zishan has recommended the show to me. I haven't watched it yet.
Have
Um, Again, because
you watched?
these days I have some trouble trusting Zishan's recommendations.
Hmm. I know. Does it
Uh,
happen to you that if someone very aggressively tries to get you into a show, you just kind of get like slightly off it?
Yeah.
Depends on the person. There are some people that
Yeah.
if they recommend a show strongly to me, I'm like, okay, I gotta watch that tonight or tomorrow. And then there are some people like, I don't know about this one. So to me, that's a factor
No,
of like,
I think it's a known phenomena. So
So the friend I talked about, his name is Prasad, the one we force fed Game of Thrones to, and now sit and watch here. He's like, so many people had been pressurizing him to watch Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones. So he was kind of like tired and kind of like cringing away from it because so many people were pushing it on him, right? So it's definitely known. Another friend also, like, it took him a really long time to watch Game of Thrones because so many people were pushing Game of Thrones, and it was so popular, it was everywhere. Then and like to Zishan's point, it depends on who it comes from. So when Zishan recommends something, it does take me time.
And I think it also depends on like kind of recommendation, because I also tell you like what the general feel of the show is. So like in the case of Rick and Morty, it's like yeah, okay.
But The
that's
Office,
great
you
for
recommended
someone.
The Office to me, and it took me so
Yeah.
long to watch it. It took me several couple of years at least before I watched The Office, and then fell in love with it. So
Yep. Office is a cult show, dude. It'll stay with me for a really long time.
Mm. There are
Hmm.
T-shirts that have the Finer Things Club written on them.
I think
Do
my
you remember the
favorite
Finer
is
Things Club?
yes, of course. Really. No, I think, but still, my favorite line from the show.
has to be Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
Yep.
There's
Hmm.
Okay, so I think we have a lot of things that we want to talk about. So let's split this conversation into two parts. In part two, we're going to be basically talking about the same things we're talking about right now, just more. So I guess we'll see you in part two.
Yep. Hope to see you there. Bye.